Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Well, this hour we're going to have a delightful program from a man by the name of Richard. He was born in Indiana, the son of a circus clown who died in 1913 shortly before the birth of his son. Well, Richard gained some of his earliest tastes of show business with the same circus as a teenager. Now, Richard, last name Skelton, became beloved to millions because of that circus clown, because of his mime acts on television, and because of some of the craziest characters you would ever imagine in your life. We're going to listen to an episode of the Red Skelton Show. This was originally broadcast January 28, 1951, along with his announcer, Rod O'Connor, and we'll talk a little bit about how this particular version of the Red Skelton Show came about in just a moment.
If your work day becomes a chore, cry no tide and worry no more.
That's from Hollywood, Procter & Gamble's Tide, the wash day miracle that gives you the cleanest clothes in town, proudly presents the Red Skelton Show. Dave Rose's orchestra, Marine Tuttle, Pat McGeehan, and Dick Ryan will be me, Rod O'Connor. From the Skelton Scrapbook of Satire, a story entitled The Big Business Venture, and it stars Red Skelton. Hello?
Hello, Rod. This is Red. I've got a terrific idea I want to talk to you about, so I'll be right over.
Okay, Red.
Don't go away. I thought I'd never get here.
Hey, how come you drove your car over here? You only live next door.
Well, I didn't want to waste time phoning for a cab, you know.
Skelton, what are you so excited about?
Well, Rod, I'm going to let you in on some little money, boy. Mm-hmm. How about you and me going in business together?
Well, we're in business together now on radio.
Oh, yeah?
Or did Procter & Gamble find that loophole in your contract?
Please don't put ideas like that in their head. Television is just around the corner tapping us on the shoulder. Don't do that.
Well, what sort of business did you want to go into?
I don't know. Let's pick up something. Everybody's trying to sell these days. Now, we'll just look through the morning paper and see what we can find.
Okay, let's look through the want ad section.
Okay. Hey, get a load of this item in the personal column. Young man with pet skunk would like to meet young lady with airwick. Object tradesies.
No.
I said that. Huh? I knew that joke would stink. I didn't want to leave it in there.
You're making me self-conscious.
Oh, what, the airwick? Hey, how about this one? Read that, will you? Go ahead. No, mine just laid an egg. I'm not going to lay two in a row. Read it. Well, read it.
For sale, Rabbit Ranch. Stock includes 2 rabbits and adding machine.
I'm sorry I gave it to you now.
Hey, this one looks good.
What is it?
High-class restaurant in exclusive neighborhood.
Oh?
Owner must sell because of ill health.
Oh, he's probably been eating his own food, huh?
But what will we do with a restaurant?
Oh, I don't know. I love to cook. Remember the birthday cake I baked for you?
I sure do. The only part I could eat was the candles.
Yeah. I'll be glad when Edna gets back. You got all the jokes. Well, my cake wasn't too bad. CBS is going to use it for the cornerstone of the new television studio. Hey, come on, let's go take a look at this restaurant. It'll be a good investment.
All right, but I'm only doing it for one reason.
Yeah, if you say no, it's going to be an awful short show. Say, this sure is an exclusive neighborhood. There's not a soul around.
Say, this looks like the restaurant that's for sale.
Yeah.
Gee, what a hole in the wall.
You ain't kidding. What, many a mouse has found a home there? What do you say? Let's go in and talk to the owner. Come on, boy. Boy, those cobwebs over the door are really strong, aren't they? This is the place we're going to buy, huh?
Yeah. Business must be booming.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Well, come right in, fellas. What can I do for you? You're not hiding out from the police, are you?
We'd like to hide out from this place, yeah. No, we're not hiding from the police.
Can't figure out what you're doing in this dump, you bill collectors?
No.
You're not looking for a handout?
No, we got plenty of money. Show 'em, Rod.
Oh, no, it's too much trouble. I'd have to take off my girdle to get to my money belt.
Now you got money, huh?
Oh, yes.
Business must not be too good. You know, there isn't a soul in here.
Yeah, but you should see it at lunchtime.
Oh?
Yeah, it's worse. Now you take dinner time, that's when the place is crowded.
Oh?
The only trouble is they're all my relatives and they eat off the cup.
Well, that saves on plates anyhow, don't it?
I used to do pretty good business before they put that new highway out in front.
Oh?
Now you see the cars never go past here slower than 55 miles an hour.
Really?
You mean nobody ever stops?
Only when they have a nasty accident.
So we don't know who wrote this. Somebody just slid it under the door and we're reading.
Well, then I sell
Keep punching, boy. Keep punching.
Then I sell the victims a few hamburgers while they're waiting for the ambulance.
Oh?
If it wasn't for them women drivers, I'd go broke.
Well, I'm glad you told us this place is not doing any business. We came in to buy it.
Oh, did I understand you to say you're interested in buying this gold mine?
Yep. Gold mine? You just told us that it's a flop.
Oh, now look, please do me a favor.
What?
Buy the business before I become a millionaire. You see, I hate to pay taxes.
Oh. Well, you read like you hate to get laughs, too. What do you want for the joint?
5,000 wouldn't buy it.
I'm one of the 5,000.
I mean money.
Oh, well, I wouldn't pay more than $50 for it.
Well, that's close enough. Here's the key.
Well, here's my $25. Come on, Rod, give him your 25.
Okay.
Thank you, gents. I give you the business.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Top of the morning to you.
Huh?
I say top of the morning to you.
The bottom of the deck to you, too.
Well, Skelton?
Sounds like somebody that was late for Father Carney's parish this morning.
We're in the restaurant business.
Yeah.
Now what'll we do?
Well, let's go out someplace and have lunch.
So Red and Rod O'Connor have come up with themselves a restaurant. Wonder how this is going to go, but I think we already know the answer to that. From January 28, 1951, The Red Skelton Show on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Classic Radio Theater family, you know our friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of your life. He didn't stop by just creating the best pillow. He created the best bed sheets ever. They look and feel great, which means an even better night's sleep for me, because, you know, I'm working like 67 hours a day. Now, Mike's offering the best deal on his Giza Dreams bed sheets ever. You can get a set of Giza sheets for as low as $29.98. You'll never want to sleep on anything else once you slept on a set of Giza Dream sheets. A special offer for you right now. You can get a set of Giza sheets for as low as $29.98. Call 1-800-928-4715. Use the promo code Wyatt. Or go to mypillow.com, use the promo code Wyatt. It's good on anything on the website. That number again, 1-800-928-4715. Use my promo code Wyatt. I'm Wyatt Cox. You're listening to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. We've talked before on some of our shows about how Jack Benny, Amos and Andy, Edgar Bergen, and Charlie McCarthy were all brought over to CBS in the 1949 talent raids. We haven't mentioned that Red Skelton also did that. He came over, he packaged all of his shows, covered all the costs, sold them to CBS, and paid a whole lot less taxes than would have been otherwise. So there you go. He was one of those people. He changed from the Brown and Williamson Tobacco Company in 1948, which was Raleigh Cigarettes, and before that, I believe, was Avalon Cigarettes. In 1949, his sponsors became Procter & Gamble, Tide Laundry Detergent. When he changed to CBS, stayed there, he was with CBS from 1949 until 1953, and then he signed with the syndicated production company Ziff Radio, did a syndicated radio program from 1954 until 1957. Red Skelton, a lot of pioneering stuff in radio, and a lot of things that didn't always know about. Oh, did you know that his ex-wife named the Mean Little Kid Jr.? Yeah. In fact, the interesting part about that was that that particular phrase, I doed it, that became a big thing during World War II. In fact, when General Doolittle conducted the bombing raid of Tokyo in 1942, many newspapers used the phrase, Doolittle doed it. But what's interesting is that they used that phrase to promote a motion picture in 1942. And MGM decided to use the phrase for the movie. They did so without either permission of Skelton or his Raleigh cigarette sponsors, and Skelton sought and got $25,000 from the studio in damages. More of the Red Skelton Show, January 28, 1951, on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Hey, Red. Huh? Look out in the front there.
What's that?
Isn't that Trigger Happy McGee and the Racketeer getting out of his car?
Yeah, boy, they say he's tough, too.
Yeah.
I heard that when he was born, the doctor slapped him on the back. He drew out a .22 from his diaper and shot him. Uh-oh, he's coming in here. Get behind the counter. Look busy. Get under the counter. Be better.
He slammed the door so hard he broke the glass.
Yeah, great sense of humor.
Hey, Twinkle Toes.
Huh?
How about a Demetasty?
A Demetasty? Well, I'm sorry. We don't serve hard liquor in here.
Look, comic. A Demetasty is a digest version of a cup of coffee. Now, let's have some.
Oh, a cup of coffee. Coming right up, sir. Yes, sir. A cup of coffee. Yes, sir. Demetasty. How about a little cream? Nothing stingy about this place. How about sugar?
Yeah, one lump.
One lump coming up. It's an awful deep cup, believe me. Now make yourself right at home and drink your Demetasty.
If it's all the same with you, blabbermouth, I'm going to make myself comfy and put my artillery on the counter.
You been out playing trick or treat?
Don't let him scare you, Red. He's only bluffing with that tough talk.
Yeah, I'm only bluffing with these goose pimples, too.
How about a spoon, big mouth?
Yeah, spoon. Yes, sir. Coming right up. There you are.
Quit stalling and hand it over.
You could wait till I let go of it, couldn't you?
Come over here a minute, skeleton.
The name's Skelton.
I'm referring to your future.
What is it you want?
Well, that cup of coffee was good. A little bit chewy. Just the way I like it.
Yeah, well, I'd pour you another cup, but this is only a half-hour show.
All right, I'll stop around some other time.
Goodbye now. broke that window a while ago as he walked in, remember? Turn pages, boy. Catch up with it.
Hey, Red, we better clean this place up before the customers start coming in.
Yeah, you put a new glass in that door.
Yeah?
And I'll dust off some of these pies so they won't look so stale.
Say, we need a short order cook. I'm going to put a sign on the window. Maybe that'll get one in.
That's a good idea. Now, there's a lot of work to be done around here, and I don't intend just standing around. So if you want me, I'll be out in the kitchen taking a nap.
Well, don't strain yourself. Oh, there's a guy looking at that help wanted sign I put in the window. It's that punch-drunk fighter, Cauliflower McPug. It's always hearing bells and birds.
No, nice planting on him. One nice plan. Hey, you want to have a door put on that door there? You want to have a bell put on that door? You put a bell on that door, and then you can tell when people was coming in. Get smart, boy. Get a bell on that door.
Listen, there is a bell on that door.
Yeah.
Didn't you hear it ring when you came in?
What, you a wine guy or something? No, I didn't hear no bell. What do you think I am, Punchy or something? What do you want in here, a pet store? Boy, them parakeets are noisy.
Cauliflower, for your information, this is a restaurant.
Well, from what I hear, you're catering to nothing but boys. Why don't you wait on them canaries? They're singing for the supper, you know.
I saw you looking at that sign on the window. Is that what you came in here about?
Yeah, that's what I came in here about, that sign in the window.
Oh.
Tell me, how long has your clearance sale been going on?
Look, the sign doesn't say anything about a clearance sale. It says short order cook wanted. Can't you read?
Sure I can read. I can read reading, but I can't read writing. And that writing is rotten, believe me. Oh, grab an apple for the teacher. The school bell just rung.
How punchy can you get?
What's that?
I said, how punchy can you get?
Well, that's pretty hard to tell. I'm rather young yet, you know. Hey, you need a cook in this joint, huh? How about hiring me, huh? How about hiring me?
What do you know about cooking?
Well, for 3 years I was on KP in the Army. I used to cook the food for the whole regiment, and they loved it. They just loved my cooking, you know. I was the pride of the Canine Corps.
The Canine Corps?
Yes.
What were you, a dog face?
I was oh, that's cute. That's cute. Didn't get much of a laugh, but it's cute.
Why do you want to work here? Aren't you fighting anymore?
I fight a couple of nights a week, it's about all.
Well, then you'll want 2 nights a week off.
Oh, no, just 2 minutes. You see, my bouts, I get them over with in a hurry. I speed up and, oh, stop that, will you?
What's the matter with you?
What's
the matter with you?
Some guys always tap me on the shoulder, but when I turn around, he's never there.
But tell me something, after you have a fight, will you feel like working?
Believe me, I won't feel anything. One thing about me, I always come out after a fight in the same condition I go in, unconscious, you know. But, you know, I was a boy, a flock of them flew over that time. You take my fight last week. I was fighting Jim Harkins, see, over in Burbank.
Uh-huh.
And the way he came after me, why, you'd think I was trying to drum up business for Montgomery.
For a what?
For a mortuary. So hard I can't breathe down the back of my neck now. Boy, I hit that canvas and I bounced for about 5 minutes. My manager had to dribble me back to the dressing room.
Well, no wonder you walk around on your heels. Your brains are scrambled.
Oh, yeah? You think I'm punchy? You ought to see that rattler I room with. There is a guy that's really good.
What do you mean?
This guy is really good. He flies all over the country just to show the people what a good pilot he is.
Well, what's wrong with that?
He got no airplane. I know, I'm his co-pilot.
Well, I'm sorry, Cauliflower. I can't hire you for a cook, but we need a dishwasher.
Dishwasher?
And the job is yours if you want it.
Well, what do you pay, boy? What do you pay?
$4 a day.
Oh, well, now that's reasonable. That's reasonable.
Of course, out of that $4, I have to deduct $3 a day for your meals.
Well, that's reasonable. That's reasonable.
And then there's another deduction for income tax, Social Security, and medical insurance. That comes to 92 cents a day.
Well, that's reasonable.
Now, let's see. That leaves you with a net earning of 8 cents a day.
No.
And that's not counting your car fare.
Well, that cost me 10 cents a day.
Uh-huh. Are you sure you want the job, Cauliflower?
Sure, I need the money.
Cauliflower. On second thought, I don't think I can use you as a dishwasher.
That's okay. Think nothing of it. I got to run anyhow. You see, I'm a volunteer fireman, and I hear a third alarm bell ringing. I'll see you later, boy.
Hey, Rod, come here a minute. Come here, look.
What do you want, Red?
Look, I put a board on that door where the glass was broken. Now we can slam it hard and it won't break. What? Clever, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's been a cheap board.
Say, Skelton.
What?
Already I think we made a bad investment.
Oh, give it a chance, boy. Let's put some life in the place. Put a nickel in that jute box, will you? That joke for a nickel right now.
Well, tell me, what record are you going to select?
Well, here's a good Western tune. It's sung by Roy Rogers' horse, Trigger.
Trigger sings?
Yeah, but he's accompanied by Tennessee Ernie and his cow orchestra. It features Elsie and her magic milking bucket.
January 28, 1950, Red Skelton and his big business venture. Thanks for tuning into Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. The conclusion follows these important messages from your favorite station. Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now the conclusion of the Red Skelton Show and the big business venture, January 28, 1951.
Say, Rod, I'm going to run over to the insurance company and take out some fire insurance on this joint.
Okay, and on your way back, stop at the store and pick up a box of matches and some kerosene.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we figured out a way to make some money off of this restaurant. I'll see you later, boys.
And don't slam that door. Just spent an hour putting new glass in it.
Yeah, look who's coming across the street.
It's Junior. She's running right out in front of the traffic. Good heavens, I better run out and see if he's all right. Junior, are you hurt?
Didn't get a scratch, kiddo. Didn't get a scratch. But did you notice that Cadillac is wearing an off-the-shoulder Chevrolet?
Junior, you know better than to run out in the street.
Never mind that, Fatso. I come over here to talk a little business with you. So we step into your place of establishment?
Come on in, Junior, but don't slam the door because I just put a new glass in it and it might break.
Ah, you can't break glass by slamming the door.
Oh, yes, you can.
I can? Well, thanks for your permission.
Junior, how could you?
Well, you just told me I could. For goodness sake. If you want another demonstration, you have to put glass in that door again.
For 2 cents, I'd give you a whipping.
Oh, I should pay you 2 cents at home. I can get all I want for nothing.
Go away now and don't bother me. I'm busy.
No, that's what I have come over to see you about, Fatso. This restaurant has got to go.
Why does it have to go?
Because I happen to be running a lemonade stand across the street, see?
Yeah.
And I can't stand any competition, see? Now, I give you 24 hours to clear out. Get lost.
What if I don't feel like clearing out?
You see this brick I got here in my hand?
I'm looking.
Now, take a look at your big bay window. Mm-hmm. Not the one you tote, the other one here. Now, put 2 and 2 together, see? Can you imagine how drafty it's going to be in here?
Yes, I can. Now, Junior, there's no need to threaten me. I'm sure we can get along doing business in the same neighborhood. After all, I don't sell lemonade. You don't sell food.
Oh, yes, I does. I sell food. My stand is world famous for its mud pies.
Now, who would buy mud pies?
I'll tell you who. The folks who drink my lemonade. It tastes so lousy that they buy the mud pies as throw after. You should see me at the end of a busy day. I'm loaded with pennies and colored with mud. I is known as the filthy rich.
Well, Junior, to show you there's no hard feelings, I'll give you some sugar for your lemonade. How's that?
Well, that's great. Could you also give me a lemon? The one I've been using I had for 4 months now, you see. It's getting a little browned and moldy. I don't know why. I only had it a couple of months. That's what I did.
Well, don't look now, but here comes your mother.
Oh, the hairbrush kid rides again. I was wondering how long it was going to take her to discover that I figured out the combination on my crib.
Oh, hello, Rod. Have you seen Junior?
Well, he was here a minute ago. Oh, there he is, peeking out of the garbage disposal.
You stool pigging.
Junior, get out of that garbage disposal. Somebody's liable to turn the switch on and you'll clog up the plumbing.
Yes. Well, I'm glad somebody loved me around here. Mommy, you sure look pretty today.
Oh.
I go to work all day, you know.
Now, don't you start that huffity-McGuffity stuff with me.
Mommy, what's your language? Edna's listening.
Oh, now stop trying to change the subject.
Yeah.
How many times have I told you never to cross the street alone?
Well?
Rod, what am I going to do with him?
Well, I know a good taxidermist where you could have him stuffed cheap.
Oh, Rod, how can you ever think of such a thing?
How do you think of things?
He wouldn't look good hanging over the fireplace.
No. Look, if you're both so anxious to stuff me, how about doing it with ice cream and cake, huh? How about that? That banana pie there looks delicious.
Junior, get your hands off that pie.
No, I want it, Mommy. Let go.
No, Junior, stop tugging. No, stop that.
You folks who have been watching those comedy things on television, you know how this is going to end, you know.
Junior, let go of that pie.
Okay, kiddo.
Oh! Junior!
Well, you said let go of it. It's the first time I've ever enjoyed obeying you.
Oh! Wait till I get my hands
You
on
never
you.
take me alive.
He's going out the back door. Don't slam it, Junior. That's funny. It didn't break.
Let's face it, they don't make glass the way they used to.
January 28, 1951, Red Skelton on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, an episode of the serial Speed Gibson of the International Secret Police. Hanley Stafford and Gail Gordon are in these programs. This was originally broadcast January 28, 1939.
Speed Gibson of the International Secret Police. Leeds, an octopus gangster, died with a promise that Speed, Clint, and Smiley would be stopped permanently on the island of Madeira. During their layover, there is nothing to indicate danger until Speed suggests that they go to the top of the island for the thrill that is famous the world over. The long slide in a sled cart down the cobblestone track. Davis, the navigator, and Mr. Felipa, a Portuguese official, accompany the secret police to the start of the slide. But once there, Davis decides not to go with the others. He complains of the cold wind, and Clint gives him his own coat and hat to wear. Just as they are about to start, a rifle shot rings out, and a second shot gets Davis. Realizing that someone is sniping at them, Clint gets both the wounded man and Felipe into the cart with them, dangerously overloading it. But the slide is the only thing that might save them, and we find them hurtling down the mountainside, the sled threatening to overturn at any moment.
You think we'll make it, Clint?
I don't know, Speed. Hope for the best.
We're near the barn and Lee.
How's Davis?
Can't tell.
Well,
nobody's shooting at us anymore.
This sled devil's up at the bottom, Speed.
I got a feeling we're going to do a flip-flop yet.
I hope not, Mr. Preston.
Look, it's beginning to level off now.
We're not losing any speed yet.
Look, there's the end of the slide ahead. What'll we do? We're too jammed in here to jump. We're going to hit that wall of rock head on.
Oh, no, our drivers are trying to throw us off in the track into the sand before we strike the wall. Quick, maybe we can help them. Everyone lunge toward the right. 1, 2, 3. Speed. Are you all right?
Yeah, Clint. What about the others? Smiley?
Wait till I get this sand out of my eyes and mouth, and I'll see what the damage is.
Quick. Get to Davis.
It's all right, Mr. Barlow. Nothing can hurt Mr. Davis now.
Dead?
Yes. I am sorry. He must have died just after warning us to slide to safety.
He died because he was wearing my coat and hat. That sniper mistook him for me. Mr. Philippa, can we get to your office right away?
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, nothing like this has ever happened in Madeira. A complete investigation must be made.
Investigation? We're going to find the gun and the man that killed Davis before we leave this island.
Now, according to this relief map of the island, Mr. Philippa, this little knoll here would be a logical place for a sniper to station himself, would it not?
Judging from the direction of the shots came from, and a study of the bullet taken from Mr. Davis, I would say yes, Mr. Barlow. But I do not know if you remember or not. Probably you did not notice this knoll at all, but on it is a clump of trees, an excellent hiding place commanding a clear view of the beginning of the slide.
Yeah, with the kind of rifle that fella had, he could do plenty of damage, and did.
He must have had a telescopic rangefinder on his rifle.
Undoubtedly, Speed. That man was all set to pick us off one by one, beginning with me.
Sure. With you gone, nobody'd ever run down the octopus gang.
But, Mr. Barlow, are you sure this attack was from a member of this octopus gang?
Yes, Philippa. Ever since we left New York, they've been trying to stop us.
You see, Clint is the only man in the whole service they're really afraid of, Mr. Philippa.
Oh, nonsense, Speed. It's just that I've been on the trail of the octopus for a long time. We're old enemies. He studied my working tactics, and I've studied his. So I know what I might expect from him or his gang.
But isn't this octopus dead? It was in the newspapers, we heard, even in Madeira.
We thought he was dead, but now we're not so sure. It seems impossible that anyone but him could checkmate our every move, as has happened on this flight.
That was because we had an octopus gangster with us as a mechanic.
What is that?
Well, we didn't know it until we reached the Azores. Then he killed himself rather than tell Clint anything about the gang.
And now, Mr. Davis. Too bad.
Yeah. What's our next move, Clint?
Easy, Smiley. I don't think the murderer will try to leave Madeira within the next few hours. He knows darn well we'll be looking for him.
You mean we're going after him? Or them, Clint?
Exactly. Mr. Philippa, is this knoll where the sniper hid himself easily accessible? How many trails lead to it?
Only one that I know of.
One? Why, there must be more than one. Never yet saw a criminal with only one way to escape. They make sure of at least two in case one gets blocked.
But this particular location is most unusual, Mr. Preston. You see, it used to be a pirate's lookout.
Pirates? Gee, when?
Oh, many years ago, Speed. In the old days when blackbirding was common in these waters.
Blackbirding? Slave runner, Speed. Used to Shanghai poor blacks in Africa, pack them in the holds of ships, and carry them away to be sold to the highest bidder.
Gee, that's awful.
It was a very terrible, Speed. And these blackbirders work hand in hand with the pirates that once infested the waters along the African coast.
Yeah?
From this island, the sea, as a rule, can be carefully scanned.
Oh.
A ship can be seen some distance at sea, and the pirates used to come up here from the Whispering Cave to see if any of the king's navy was in sight. If not, they waved the blackbird as a signal to carry their sorry cargo on through.
Golly, what a story. To think that pirates were really here on Madeira.
Boy, there's something a lot worse than pirates running around this little old island right now. Something with a powerful rifle with a telescopic rangefinder, and he's out to get us.
Wait a minute.
What, Clint?
You mentioned a Whispering Cave, Philippa?
Oh, yes, the old pirate base. A great cave on the other side of the island in which at low tide the winds flow through, making a whispering sound which has given it its name.
I see.
In the old days, it was thought to be haunted by evil spirits which gave the pirates the privacy they desired. Even now, few people care to visit the cave because of its old, bad reputation. And then, too, it is dangerous. The tides have trapped many explorers in the past years.
And you said this cave is at the base of the trail that leads to the knoll?
Yes.
Then we found the murderer.
In the Whispering Cave?
Yes, I'm sure of it. And if we move fast, we may catch him there. Which is the quickest way to reach there, Philippa? Overland or by boat?
Why don't we fly there, Clint?
They'd spot us in a minute, Speed, and be able to get away before we could land or get to shore.
Yes, and we don't know how many are in the gang either. I would recommend my fast launch, Mr. Barlow. It is large enough to carry as many guns and men as you might wish, and is the fastest boat in these waters.
What about landing?
A point of land juts out into deep water just before we sight the Whispering Cave. I can bring the boat alongside this point, and we can land from there without any trouble. The water is very quiet at this particular point.
Swell. Boy, this is going to be exciting.
It's going to be a deadly business, Speed. We're up against one killer that we know of, and there might be many more like him in that cave.
How many men do you want, Mr. Barlow?
None, thank you. But yourself, of course. We'll get some tear gas bombs from the plane, and these, with our guns, will be enough to round up this bunch of rats, I believe.
Yeah. Too many men, too much confusion, and rats can slip away through mighty small holes.
Very well. Shall we go?
Yes. First to our plane, then to your launch, then to Whispering Cave, as quickly as we can get there.
Isn't this a swell boat, Clint? Reminds me of the launches of the secret police.
Yes, I never thought we'd find anything like this in Madeira. Mr. Felipe is to be congratulated. No wonder there's no crime on the island.
Until the octopus gang got here. They're only here because we're here, Steve. Doggone them.
How much farther is it, Mr. Felipe?
Oh, you can see our landing point straight ahead.
Won't the killer be able to hear our motor?
No. Not if he is in the cave, Speed. You can hear nothing in there but the whispering when the tide is low.
Well, how is it now?
Low. But I believe it is near the change.
Is it possible to remain in safety in the cave when the tide is high, Felipe?
Oh, yes. There is plenty of room above the tide line. But the danger lies in getting caught going in or coming out of the cave when the tide starts running.
We would arrive near the time of change. We never would miss a swell opportunity like that. Do everything the hard way. Yeah, that's us.
Oh, quiet.
Who's going to stay with the boat, Clint?
You are, Speed.
Me? Oh, no, Clint. Please, let me go with you into the cave.
No. Someone must stay with the boat, Speed, and you're the logical one.
Oh, but Mr. Barlow, has he ever handled a launch like this one?
Oh, yes. I'd like you to come with Smiley and me, since you're the only one of us who knows the interior of the Whispering Cave. And we must be prepared to attack once we enter it. I don't want to go wandering off onto any blind trail.
Of course.
Well, here we are. Be sure and stay real close to this point of land, Speed. We might want to climb aboard in an awful hurry.
Needn't worry about me, Smiley. I only wish I could go with you fellas. Nothing to sitting out here in a boat when you might be capturing octopus gangsters in a pirate cave.
Guarding this boat is just as important, Speed. Let's see now. Have we got everything?
Guns, tear gas bombs, emergency rations, and flashlight. Yep, reckon we have.
Let's go then. And Speed, if you run into any trouble out here, give us 2 shots as a signal, and we'll come to help you.
Okay, Clint. So long and good luck.
Thanks, fella. All right, boys.
Now, be careful, everybody, and watch your footing.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to fall into that water. Looks plenty deep, and I'll bet there's some mighty hungry sharks just hanging around.
Oh, quit worrying about the fish and come on. We don't want to waste any time reaching that cave.
And be careful as we approach the mouth of the cave. The rocks are very, very slippery.
When are we going to see this here cave?
After we've passed that jut of rock.
Wait a minute. Let me reconnoiter first. To make sure there's no one on the lookout.
Oh, very well.
You know, I don't like this place. Kind of spooky, don't you think?
No, I don't think it's spooky.
Oh.
Look out. Here we are at the jut of the rock. Now, let me take a look. It's all clear. Come ahead. But keep your eyes open.
So that's the cave. Mighty small entrance, ain't it?
I guess now you can realize why high tide closes it entirely.
I don't like the looks of anything around here. Clint.
What?
There's something moving in the mouth of that cave. Someone's coming out.
Look, down on your faces. If they see us, we're done for.
Among those who participated in this program include Elliot Lewis, Howard McNear, who played Speed Gibson's Uncle Clint Barlow, and also, among others, as we have mentioned, Gail Gordon as the Octopus, Hanley Stafford, and Sam Edwards, along with others. The first 100 episodes were The Menace of the Octopus, and those were in 1937, 38, into 39. And I'll tell you, it was an interesting program. It ran from 1937 till 1940, 178 episodes produced, and to be perfectly honest, not enough of the shows are out there and available. We'll see if we can find some more. Alrighty, Speed Gibson of the International Secret Police, January 28th, 1939, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. We ask you to do this quite a bit, and I would appreciate you doing it. Would you thank this radio station and support their advertisers? It is their kindness and courtesy that allows us to be with you each and every time we roll around. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox is our name. You can find that name anywhere podcasts are served, including iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Just search for Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. That way, if you miss a day, you don't have to miss a show. You can also hear our shows through our webpage, classicradio.stream, where not only can you hear our shows there, you can contact me directly. You can also get links to our social media, and you can also learn about building a classic radio collection of your own. That webpage again, classicradio.stream. I'm Wyatt Cox. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tell all your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the radio dial. Classic Radio Theater right here on your favorite radio station.